What's going on, What's going on, everybody? Man, I'm back again with another video, guys. I wanted to finalize the topic about emasculation, and this is my last video that I'm making about that topic. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you do. Right, guys? So what are we talking about today, guys? In this video, I want to talk about how to really be bulletproof of that emasculation, how you can be bulletproof, emasculation bulletproof, how you cannot be affected by those things, and how you can guide yourself from being affected by those things and keep on shining, keep on standing in your own light. There is one way. There is one way you can do. There's a number one thing that you can practice, you can learn to be, a number one behavior, a number one trait that you can try, you can really work on and implement in your life to not be emasculated. And what is that, if you may ask me? The number one trait that you need in your life, guys, is the ability to not really give a fuck. Like you shouldn't really be caring that much. And the reason why I'm saying like that is because above everything that a man is, there is that one thing, that trait. There is this trait, the capacity or the ability of not having to really give a fuck about anything, right? About the outsiders, especially the outsiders, which is not within you, right? So for example, I might have a vision. I know exactly what I'm doing is not for selfish reasons. So whatever I'm doing so that this woman, my girl, and my children, so that they can all have a great life. So I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it for everybody. Now, her talking or her running her mouth, or the society telling me what to be and trying to, or be like this or act like this, I have to have the capacity of not paying attention, of not paying no mind, of those things which is outside of me. Because so long as I let those shit affect me, so long as those things dictate how I'm thinking, I'm not gonna be able to, function properly. Same thing, if all you do is think about what the woman said about you, if all you do is think about how a woman belittles you and you don't leave her, if all you do is think how, she doesn't see you as you see yourself as a man that you are, that's all you keep thinking about, then you're gonna lose. Because a real man, this is true, a real man really don't give a fuck about nothing. Like you really are a man when you master this trait. The capacity, the ability of doing whatever you want, of being how you want to be, without having to explain it to anybody, without having to tell it to people, without having to, to explain it to people. Like you gotta be who you are, and then you just let the world deal with it. You choose who you wanna be, you be that, and then you let the world deal with it. If the world can't deal with it, then the world gonna just have to leave you behind. But you're not gonna be able to, tap into that shit. You know what I'm saying, guys? What I'm telling you, I'm not saying that you're gonna be lonely for forever, you're gonna be by yourself. Even if you was, you have to be able to choose you before anything. You gotta be able to choose you above all the bullshit. Because if you don't, you will always want to find love into the world, and the world will not be able to give you enough love. The only person who can give you love is yourself. So the only thing that you can do is embrace yourself. And when you love yourself, caring about the world outside you is going to be less and less, right? If this woman is just complaining about you, about how you're not being a man enough, you're just going to tell her one thing. If you're not happy, then you should get the fuck on. And if she doesn't leave, you will leave, And the reason why you will leave is because you just can't stand her keep talking like that. So you're not even gonna go back and forth with her. You're just gonna leave, right? Because most of the women, again, I'm not saying all the women they do that. Some women who do that, they don't even know they're doing it. They're just watching TikTok and they're learning masculinity through books, through people, and through fantasy and Disney World, and then come to you and then expect you to be just like that prince they saw on Disney. And they don't do this, knowingly. This just starts happening. Just like how you might, when you do boxing, you might box for a long time, that you no longer have to remember the punches, because your mind is like, it becomes a muscle memory. So the more books they read, that this is literally, they're reading how they expect a man to be, how a man is, and na. When the writer of that book herself, she was single. She didn't have no man, so she was just writing what she was thinking. So they're gonna read that, they're gonna see that on your TikTok, and they're gonna bring that bullshit to you. That's what I'm saying. You have to not be, you have to not give a fuck about that shit. You gotta be cold. You gotta be like, hey, this is who I am. This is literally who I am. And this is what I do. And this is what I expect you to do. Now, if you don't like this, then it's all good. You can go east, I'ma take west. And if you wanna take west, then you can take west and I'ma take east. But we're not gonna carry on like this. It's either it's either you accept me as I am and all the chaos that I come with, or you just get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And guys, you have to say that not because you want her to stay, but you gotta be willing to say that, knowing that, hey, listen, if she chooses to go, then she will go. Right, guys? So the take in this video, guys, is this: stop giving a fuck. And that's so easy. Meaning, the only way you cannot be emasculated is if you stop giving a fuck about what the world has to say and what the world expects of you. You know what is good for you, and therefore go get it. But don't do anything just because the world is expecting you to do it. If you don't feel like it, if it's not inside you, if it's not in your purpose, if it's not in who you are, if it's not ingrained in your personality and who you believe yourself to be, cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut it off. If she doesn't like it, then she can leave. She can really leave. Because, guys, listen, we do love women. I love women with all my everything. But at the end of the day, there is who I am and there's who she wants me to be. And I cannot be who she wants me to be. Because she's mine. She gets to be my woman.